Okay, guys, welcome back. This is another Goatcast YouTube short reaction. We're going to do a quick review. Well, not really a review of the Star Wars Visions Volume 2. I'm going to give some grades. I'm going to put up the grades. I'm not going to go through each short because it'll just be too long. And, watch it for yourself. I didn't watch Volume 1. I will admit I watched the first episode with the kind of Western style Jedi Sith hunt thing, which I thought was cool, but I just didn't. I didn't go any further into it. A little looked a little kiddie for me, so I skipped it. But this one I thought looked interesting, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go watch all of them. They're really short. Most of them are pretty short, and I was just going to give it a try, just let it play through, and if it what I wasn't really interested in, I'd probably not watch it or not pay attention, and then the ones that kind of catch my eye or catch my ear, I'd pay attention to. But actually, I will say this volume, for the most part, kept my interest throughout. Really, a lot of these shorts were really heavy. For what I thought they would be from the art style or visuals, I was thought, oh, this is going to be a kiddie, kind of funny, Disney's type of message, but all of these had pretty heavy messages, and some of them even, really kind of tugs at your heartstrings. And I'll go through a little bit of that. I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going to do no play by play for any of them. I'm just going to talk about the ones that I really liked, and the ones that didn't quite hit for me. So so I'm gonna just give you my standouts as far as the shorts that I really, really, really liked. The one that I absolutely loved was In the Stars. That was really a very emotional and a very well put together short. It was. I didn't think I was going to like it. I thought it was going to be kind of corny. It was kind of like stop motion style CGI, but yeah, from the beginning I was just like, yeah, this is going to be kind of goofy. But no, this was really, really emotional. It's about two sisters that are on this planet that the Empire. Well, I said I wasn't going to go. Just know that this one really, it really hits you. It's heavy. A lot of these are heavy. That's what I was shocked about, for this to seem like, and even the art style for some of them just seemed like, it's going to be your normal Disney kind of cookie cutter shorts, but no, these were heavy. In the Stars, I guarantee that you will love. Another one that I really, really enjoyed was the Spy Dancer. Also a really heavy episode. I didn't quite get it at first, but then as the episode short goes along, you get it. Also very, very heavy. Another one, and that was one I thought I would not like. I didn't like the art style at first. I was like, okay, this is going to be. And when I read the kind of the synopsis, I was going to be like, yeah, this isn't going to be my cup of tea. But absolutely loved it. Just the story and just the, like I said, the uh, the heaviness of it, and it just really showed how the Empire really, it makes you not these some of these shorts really makes you hate the Empire even more than the uh, prequels and the original sequels or trilogy and all of that. This makes you hate them even more. And it takes only 15 minutes or 12 or 10 minutes for some of them to just make you really disgust the Empire. So that was another one, the Spy Dancer. And another one that I really liked was I'm trying to think of the one. It was the Bandits of Gulag. That was another one that I didn't think I was going to like at first. A lot of them have, like, they capture different cultures, with the voice acting and just their attire and just the aesthetic of everything, capture different cultures. And I thought that was cool, but I thought, I know some people won't like that because they want everything to be, they want Star Wars to be in a bubble. They don't want it to have any kind of cultural, um, you know, uh, parallels to anything in our world, but that's the way it's always kind of been. But you know, we're not going to worry about that. But you know, excuse me, Bandits of Gulag was another one, or Gulag was one that I said, this is probably going to be a little goofy too, but really another heavy one. I thought that could have been a episode of Rebels or something like that. You know, it could have fit into one of those timelines because of just how it played out. Um, and again, it was heavy. Like it weighed on you because of some decisions the characters have to make. Um, so those are three that I really shocked me that I loved. I liked the pit, but it felt like a Mappa. If you know what I'm talking about, Attack on Titan, Hell's Paradise. I think even Vinland Saga. It felt more that style, which was cool. The story, it was probably the most tragic story because most of these had a happy ending. That was probably the only one that didn't really have the happiest of endings, and I think that was by design. But I think some people probably upset with it because of the tone of it, because of how they kind of portray characters in this. Is going to harken back to thoughts of certain periods of time in America. So I think some people might be a little upset with that, and the things that happen. But I thought it was fine. You do have a martyr in this, and that's something that we've seen with the stories of the empire in that era of the empire and the emperor and all that taking over. You've seen some stuff where people just have to sacrifice themselves for the better good, and this was one. And like I said, some people will probably try to parallel it to things in our past, our country's past, but don't read too much into that. Just it was a good story, and it had for for all intents and purposes, it had a good happy ending. So those were ones I liked. I liked Journey to what was it? Journey to Darkhead, or what was it again? I think that was the name of it. Yeah, Journey to the Darkhead. I thought that was visually the best. It was very much an anime style, not quite Demon Slayer, but in that kind of realm. And I thought it had a decent story, but I just didn't like some of the voice acting in this one. It was more so like an episode of something Star Wars where it felt like a Star Wars episode. The other ones felt like they were in the Star Wars world, but it wasn't something that you would necessarily see in any of the any of the trilogies or any of even the Disney um animations or Disney stories. So this one felt the most Star Wars like, with the visuals, with you had the modern, well, not the modern, but you had the Jedi Order and the Sith, excuse me, and they had the common look. Where in other episodes they were more culturally dressed. They had cultural attire. These had your normal, um, the Jedi robes and everything that you were used to. Like I said, the voice acting wasn't the greatest, and the storyline was cool, but that one was one you probably wanted to play out a little longer to give it some give it a little more impact as it went along. It felt like a cool little side mission in a Star Wars anime, which I hope maybe they take from these and maybe expand on some of these into an actual series at some point. The ones that I didn't really like, I didn't really like I Am Your Mother. It felt very Disney. That's how I felt. And if it had came early, I probably would have enjoyed it a little more. It was way lighter than most of the other shorts, so it came across like that was strictly for the kids, and that's fine because that's what these shorts are for. They're just for different They're just telling different stories, and this was a more lighthearted story. But I feel like it just with all the seriousness and the the sacrifice and the things that were going on in all the other ones felt a little out of place. But it set a lighter mood for uh, these shorts in succession. So I guess it was there just to give you a little brief light when everything was kind of dark before. So I wasn't really into that one. I didn't really like the first episode, Sith. I was wondering what it was about because it was just kind of abstract in the way it was presented, which was cool. It was cool visuals. Everything was done visually well. It just jumped to the climax, and then you kind of it had a little message at the end, but I felt like they took too long and they rushed through the impactful parts, and it just didn't. When you watch the rest of them, it wasn't quite up to par with them. And the one Creatures Reach, I think it was called. It's like the second episode, I believe it is. Yes, Creatures Reach. It was cool, but it was also um kind of I don't know if I want to say it was a trope, but it was just you know it was just kind of there. It wasn't as it has some tried to be a little heavy, but it was kind of light, and it was just like a coming of age story, which it was fine, but when you compare it to the others, it just didn't hold up. And everything else, I think is always song, something like that. That was great. I mean, that was up there with the other ones because it also had some heaviness to it. But it just wasn't as heavy as some of the other ones. But visually stunning. All of them visually were done very, very well. And you could tell these studios took time and effort into all of these. So I would suggest you go out if you have Disney Plus, check these out. It may take you a little over an hour to watch all of these, but they speed by. It'll actually catch your attention really a lot. Once you get past the first two or three, well, really two. Once you get to End the Stars, it's going to start tugging at you. You're going to get really into it, and you're like, well, if this one's heavy, what's going to happen next? So I would definitely recommend this. Like I said, I'm gonna put the my number scores for all of the different 9 episodes in this video. So check them out. And let me know what you guys think. What was your favorite short? And did you enjoy this season? Can't wait for volume 3. Like I said, I hope some of these get turned into their own little series. I can see the journey to the Dark Head. Those characters, they could have a little light series. I wouldn't, it's not something I would have hundreds of episodes or 10 seasons, but it could have its own little storyline of the Jedi. I can't remember his name, the young Jedi, and the girl that was trying to, we're seeing these visions, their journey. So I don't know. So, anyways, check this out. Very much recommend, and thank you guys for listening. I will be back Monday. I'm going out of town today, so I won't be on much. I might do a short here and there, sports, most likely sports related. Lakers got beat down last night, so we're going to see this series is heating up. So yeah, you'll probably see some stuff from me there. Thank you all for subscribing, for liking my videos and my shorts. Thank you so much. And I will be back Monday with probably something sports related, but I don't know. We never know. But thank you guys, and I'll see you soon.